I used to think that the perfect pairing for steak was some form of potatoes. Turns out though, I was wrong, because this Nam Tok is infinitely better. This is a Thai and Lao style steak salad that's bright, fresh, and packed with flavor. The tanginess of the sauce helps cut down the richness of the steak, and honestly, it's just everything I love about Southeast Asian food all in one dish. And today, I'll break down how to make it step by step. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now first for our steak, I'm just using a New York steak today, and personally I like dry brining my steak with salt overnight, as this pulls out the moisture from the surface so that you get a superior crust when you cook it. Then as the salt continues to brine the steak, the moisture will eventually get redistributed, giving you a really juicy and tender steak. So if you have the time, let the steak sit in your fridge uncovered overnight, but a couple hours is okay too if you're short on time. Now while the steak is vibing out in the fridge, let's prep the rest of our ingredients, starting with a large shallot. And alternatively, a red onion is fine too. We're gonna cut the shallot into thin strips along the grain, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that cutting onions pole to pole helps keep more of its cell walls intact. I like cutting my shallots and onions like this as it helps reduce some of the pungency, especially if you're going to be eating it raw. And optionally, you can also soak the shallots in cold water for 5 minutes to help further reduce that raw bite. Then I have some sawtooth cilantro, and we'll just give that a rough chop. Now, if you've never had cilantro before, it's similar to cilantro, but it has a more intense flavor that's earthy, somewhat citrusy, and slightly peppery. It's a very commonly used herb in Thai, Lao, and Vietnamese cooking. If you can't find it though, cilantro, Thai basil, or mint are some good substitutions. Next up, let's make our toasted rice powder. So to a dry pan on medium-low heat, we'll add a couple tablespoons of uncooked sticky rice. We'll gently toast this along with a few lime leaves for anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes or until it turns a golden brown color. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Now we're going to let the rice cool slightly, and we'll discard the lime leaves and we'll just get the rice into our spice grinder. And we'll just blend this down into a fine powder. Now the last thing we gotta do before we cook our steak is make our sauce that brings everything together. To a mixing bowl, we'll combine 1 tablespoon of high quality fish sauce like Dear Mum with half a tablespoon of sugar, another half tablespoon of crushed dried Thai chilies, and then we'll squeeze in the juice of a whole lime. Finish the sauce with a tablespoon of our toasted rice powder, and we'll give that a good mix, making sure that the sugar is fully dissolved. And with all of that done, let's cook our steak. To a pan on high heat, we'll add a splash of oil, and then we'll sear off the steak, starting with the fat cap. Now, depending on how you like your steak done and its size and thickness, cooking time may vary. For me, I like my steak medium rare, and the steak is about 1.5 inches thick, so this will take anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes on each side. And then towards the end, I'll reduce the heat to low, add in a knob of butter, and then we'll baste the steak until it reaches your desired doneness. Now, the easiest way to make sure you're cooking the steak exactly how you like it is to just use a thermometer and to take the guesswork out of it. When your steak is done, we'll pull it and let it rest slightly before slicing. And then it's time to put it all together. We'll add our steak into the mixing bowl with our sauce, and then to that we'll add in our shallots and culantro. Toss everything to combine, and then it's time to plate. We'll get all of our Nam Tok onto our serving plate, and make sure you pour over the sauce too. We'll garnish this simply with a little bit more rice powder, and just like that, you've made an incredible and authentic Nam Tok at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section, what's your favorite way to eat steak? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.